go ahead and just kneel down on your mat. Just hands on your knees. Just start to find your breath. If it's not comfortable to be on your knees, that's totally fine. You can sit in any comfortable position. Hi, Ruthie. All right. Okay, close your eyes and just start to connect with your breath. Feeling your breath really filling your body. You might not have really felt a deep breath all day. Feel the way the breath loosens every bit of your body. Feel your shoulders relax from your ears. And start to notice a point of energy in your heart center. If it feels good, you can bring your hands one over the other over your heart. And start to breathe into your heart, into your chest. Imagine a green point of light emanating from your heart and starting to expand through your entire body with every breath you take. You can imagine this energy being love that you're sending from yourself to the rest of your body. And throughout the class, if you find that you have lost your focus or you're thinking about what's going on in your day-to-day or the world, return to that point of green light emanating from your heart and send it out to yourself. I think that some of the symptoms we're seeing in this world right now are symptoms of a lack of self-love. And so I think the first way we can start to heal the world is to heal ourselves. And so I wanted to share a 2,500-year-old Buddhist mantra, and you can take these words and apply them in any way you like. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. And continue to think these thoughts or use your own words. This is the energy we're setting today. And hopefully through your practice, you can feel that light and that love emanating toward your community and the world, but it starts from within. Continue to take a few more deep breaths, feeling your spine elongate, feeling your belly fully open and relaxed when you breathe in, contracting slightly when you breathe out. Slowly bring your hands to your knees, palms down. Gently tip your chin and flutter the eyes open. Take a deep breath in with me, and deep breath out, mouth open. Let's do one more. Breathing in and out. And we'll return to breathing in and out throughout the nose. Slowly dip your ear to the right, getting a nice long stretch in your left side of your neck. And slowly tip your head forward, feeling the stretch rotate throughout the back of your neck. Bringing your head to the left side. Feel that same wonderful stretch the right side of your neck. And tipping the head once more. Come back to center. Breathe in, expand the chest forward, pulling the elbows back a bit. Breathe out, contract the stomach back, pull the shoulders forward like a modified cat-cow. Start to bring a circular motion into this movement. Always breathing in when you open the chest and breathing out when you contract the stomach. And switching sides. Really moving how it feels natural with your body and your breath. And return to the center. Take your right hand a little behind you at a diagonal angle. Rest it down, lean back, stretch the left arm up and over to the back corner, the back right corner. You're at an angle here. Your next breath in, expand the chest, opening up into the left, just really opening that chest and waking it up for the first time. Take your right hand again to the right now. You can shift your hips a little to the left. Stretch your left arm up and overhead, this time stretching out your side body. Deep breath in, and on the breath out, return to center. Taking your left hand back at an angle, stretching up and over. You'll feel this in the side of your body. Opening up with the breath in, lifting your heart to the sky. I'm knocking flowers everywhere. Breathing in, come back up. Extend your left arm out and get a nice deep stretch through your right side. You can even shift your hips to the right a little bit. And breathing in, come back to center. Put your hands just right in front of your knees. We're gonna do the same cat-cow breath again, just to really gently open our chest. Breathe in, press your chest forward. Breathe out, curl your spine, pulling your abs in, feeling a nice stretch through the back of your upper back. Breathing in once more, expanding the chest. And breathing out, contracting. And come into a tabletop. Wrists directly under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We'll take a cat-cow here, breathing in, arching your back, melting your heart upwards. And breathing out, pulling your belly button up and in toward the ceiling into cat pose. Continue like this with your breath. In for cow, out for cat. And take the movement like we did seated, in circles if that feels good. You can really find a nice range of motion here. Don't be afraid. Just move in a way that feels good with your body. Because your body usually knows what it needs. If you're circling, switch sides. Looking beautiful, you guys. Breathe in. Come to tabletop position. And then slowly, as if someone's pulling a string from the crown of your head, shift forward over your fingers so that your spine is in one long line. Lift your feet and cross them. And keeping your elbows close to your body, slowly lower all the way to the floor. Arms at 90 degrees on either side. Take your right leg, look to the right, and twist your legs back and behind you. Doesn't have to touch the floor. What you want here is for your left front shoulder to be getting a really nice stretch, and you might even feel a gentle twist in your back. Deep breath in and relax out deeper into the stretch. Breathing in, returning to center, and twisting on the right, feeling a nice stretch on the inside of your right shoulder. Breathe in, and on the breath out, return face down. Take your hands at about 45 degrees in front of you, elbows bent. You can kind of tent your fingers and come into a baby cobra with your arms wide. This is just to kind of help us open our chest a little bit. And don't pinch your back. Use your abdominal muscles to help you lift upwards and lower. Bring your arms a little closer this time, and breathing in, press up once again into cobra. Making sure that your elbows are tucked to your sides. And breathing out, release. And once more, this time with your hands right under your shoulders, elbows tucked in. Press into your fullest expression of cobra right now. It doesn't have to be far. Try to relax your glutes, engage your abdominal muscles, And on the breath out, release down, extending your arms behind you, palms up. And the breath in, pretend that someone's pulling your hands straight to the back wall. Lift your upper body up, trying not to over-engage your back muscles, relaxing your glutes. Breathing out, release. Hands and upper body stay on the floor. And this time, just engage the part of your bum, just right where it connects to your hamstrings. Engage the inner thighs and lift your legs up behind you. Trying not to let them splay apart, but really internally rotating them. And extending back powerfully. And release. Once more, upper body lift. This is a half locust position. And on the breath out, lower. One more breath in, lifting the legs behind you. And lower on the breath out. Hands under your shoulders. If you can, press in one long straight piece into plank. If not, come up through your hands and knees and tuck your toes, lifting into plank. Take a deep breath here and find length in your spine, like you're a staff. Breathing in, breathe out, maintaining the posture. Extend your right leg straight back behind you, again like someone's pulling it directly to the back wall. Breathing out, pull your knee to your left elbow. Breathe in, extend out back. Breathing out, pull your right knee to your right elbow. Breathing in, extend back. Breathing out once more, bring your knee to your left elbow again, then extend your foot out to the left. So your left leg is crossed in front of your right. The right side of your right foot is flat against the ground. Try to keep your shoulders square over your hands. Rotate your left foot so that you're on the inside of your left foot, the outside of your right foot. Breathing in if it feels good. If not, just stay here. Extend your left arm up into the sky. Trying to keep your hips lifted, not sinking. One more deep breath. Breathing out, come back with your hands flat on the ground. Rotate to the ball of your left foot. And pulling in your right knee, bring your foot up in front of you to the right. Place it down a little bit further forward than you would in a lunge. With your feet rotated out at 45 degrees. Lower your back knee into lizard. You can release your toes if that feels good. Feel free to lower down on your forearms or open up your right foot so that you're falling onto the outside of your right foot. And this would just be waking up your outer hips. One more deep breath in. And breathing out, rock back onto your left foot, bringing your right foot in a little bit more in front of you, half split, bending over your right foot. Being sure to really square your hips and not lock your right foot. Breathe in, long spine. Breathe out, fold forward. One more breath in. And out, and rotate to your left. Knee stays on the ground, shins basically rotating so that you're in a half side split now. Right leg out to the side, foot flat. And in the most comfortable way possible, walk your hands forward so that you feel a nice stretch in your inner thigh. So it's great. Make sure here that you're really feeling length in your spine. If you can't get all the way to the floor, that's absolutely fine. And on the next breath in, come back up to your hands. Rotating your left shin out, we'll come back around, swinging our right foot back and around. Returning into tabletop, pressing into plank. Breathe in, extend the left leg back. Breathe out, knee to right elbow. Breathe in, extend back. Breathe out, left elbow, spider crunch. Breathe in, extend your left leg back. Breathe out, knee to right elbow, extending the right foot out to the right. Lowering the right foot, lifting your right arm up into full expression of the posture that feels comfortable. On the next breath out, bring your arm back down and lift that left leg up using your abdominal strength into a lizard on the left side. Really sinking into this deep hip opening. Not pushing it too far. You gotta listen to yourself. Pinching is bad. A deep stretch is good. And take one more deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, shift back onto your right leg, half split to the left. Expanding your spine as you breathe in and sinking deeper as you breathe out. On the next breath in, rotating to the right side this time. Nice view for you guys. And feeling a nice deep stretch in the inner thigh on your left side. Folding forward. Making sure your hips are square. Beautiful. And breathing in, swinging it back around like we did on the other side. Coming into a downward dog from tabletop position. Feeling your hips slowly pulling towards the ceiling. Walking your feet. Getting comfortable in this position. Feel your feet firmly planted into the ground. A little bend in your legs if necessary. Feel your abdominal muscles engaged. Your shoulder blades flattening against your back. Deep breath in together here. And a deep breath out. And on the next breath in, lift your right leg up and back behind you. Breathing out, knee to nose, keep your right foot down in front of you. Breathing in, come into a high lunge. You're on the ball of your left back foot. Take a deep breath in, expanding the energy up through your fingertips, but not lifting your shoulders. Breathing in, bring your arms behind you, clasping your hands. Straighten your arms, pulling your chest up to the sky. And then slowly rock forward, legs in the same position. Feeling your arms pressing up as though to press your entire torso forward so that you're bending in line with your front leg. It's a humble warrior. And once you've gotten as far as you can, relax your head down. Feel the right inner thigh pressing against your torso if you're all the way down. You can use this for balance and stability. And breathing in, back to high lunge. Open up to the left, pigeon-toeing the toes so that you're in a wide-legged position, toes turning in. Slight bend in the knees, not locking them. Hands forward, like you're about to give somebody a high five. Take your hands in the same orientation and place them on your back. You might have to do one at a time. Breathing in, slowly start to press your hips forward, lifting your heart up to the sky, melting forward and up, starting to feel a slight back bend. Maybe feeling your chest a little open, a little more open than before. Rising back up with the breath in and breathing out, folding forward. Feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings, regrounding your energy. You can do whatever feels good here. Hands clasped, swing side to side. With your toes pointed in, you should feel a nice stretch in your side calf. Breathing in, return to face forward. And now, from your lunge position, boost your left foot forward a little bit, feet out to 45 degrees. You can widen your stance and fold forward over your right leg, which is straight, but not locked. This is pyramid pose. After you found elongation, fully relax. One more breath in and out. On the next breath in, press back into downward facing dog. Breath out. And find comfort in this home position. We start so much from downward facing dog, and it can really be a place of rest. Breathe in, left leg up. Breathe out, knee to nose, place the foot down in front of you. High lunge on the left. Feel your hips square. Feel a nice deep stretch through your right hip as you square the hips forward. Breathing in, bring your arms behind you, clasping the hands, pulling back and down, lifting the chest, and then tipping forward, using the power of your arms to rock forward into humble warrior. And don't forget to breathe. Breathing in, returning to high lunge. And opening to the right, pigeon-toeing the legs once again. This time, bring your arms up and overhead. With the knees not locking, slowly do the same thing we did on the other side, pushing your hips forward gently, lifting your heart to the sky. This should allow you to get a nice back bend without bending your spine literally. Breathe in, come back up, and breathing out, fold forward. On the side, you can widen your stance if you like. This is a headstand prep. If you feel comfortable, bring your head all the way to the floor. You can bring your legs as wide as possible to achieve that. And you'll feel a little bit different stretching your legs here. Take a couple more deep breaths. And on the next breath in, pigeon toe the feet together a bit, rotate back into high lunge, and then push the right foot forward a bit, opening it slightly, squaring the hips and bending forward in pyramid. It's very difficult to keep square hips in this posture, so it always helps to open your stance a bit or to shorten it. Breathing in, press back into downward facing dog. And slowly walk up to meet your hands in forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Breathe in, lift the torso halfway up. Straight spine, your hands can be on your thighs. Breathing out, lowering all the way back down. And breathing in, lift one vertebrae at a time. Bringing your arms overhead in prayer position and to center. And like we did on the back facing side, bring your arms up and overhead and find the same positioning of the hips, pushing forward, heart melting upwards, slowly finding a gentle curve in your back. Breathing in, come back up. And breathing in, once again, arms circle up and overhead, folding forward. Once again, breathing in, pushing to a half lift, and then coming all the way into a plank position. You can either lower the knees like we did before, or keeping the arms, the elbows tucked into your sides, push forward and lower in a chaturanga, whole body in one piece. Press up into a cobra or an upward facing dog, breathing in and breathing out. Press back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, right leg comes up again. Breathe out, knee to nose. High lunge, breathing in. And breathing out, arms around, stretching up and forward into humble warrior. And this time, we're not going to open, we're going to stay down. Place your hands on either side of your foot, boost your left leg forward, pyramid. In pyramid, your left hand flat on the floor, or if you have a block, you can place it to the left of your foot, and rotate your right arm open into a twisted pyramid. twisted triangle. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out, lowering the hand back down. Pressing into downward facing dog, lifting the right leg back up behind you once more. Pulling into the nose and then extending to the right, like we did at the beginning of class, opening the left arm up. Breathing in and breathing out, lower back down. Extend the right foot back and up behind you and place it back down into downward facing dog. Breathing in, left leg up behind you. Breathing out, knee to nose. Place the left foot down, extending up into high lunge. Breathing in and breathing out, circling the arms back. Humble warrior. Lower the hands to the ground. Boost the right foot forward into pyramid. Not losing your breath. Deep breath in, open to the left, twisted triangle. We want to achieve a long spine here, which is extremely difficult to do, which is why I always use a block. Breathing out, arms back down, lifting the left leg up and behind you in a one-legged dog. Crossing the knee below your right leg, across your body, coming into a side, one-legged side plank once again. Right arm extends upwards, not sinking, finding strength in your core. Breathing out, lowering the arms back down, lifting the left leg back up and coming into downward facing dog. Breathing in, step or jump your feet all the way to the front. Breathe in, halfway lift. And breathe out, relax all the way down. Breathing in, circle the arms up and overhead, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Hands in prayer position. And then to center. Just close your eyes here for a moment in mountain. Hands at center in front of you, in front of your heart. And remind yourself of the words that you used at the beginning of class, not the words I read to you. Think about the kind of self-love you need and the kind of love you want to send out. Deep breath in and deep breath out through the mouth. Lowering the arms to the side, open up the eyes once more. Take your right hand, right foot. I'm actually going to turn this way so you can see me. Take your left arm, stretch it up and overhead. Make sure your hips are square. And then slowly start to kick your foot into your back hand. You might only make it this far. That's totally fine. The goal here is to really use your leg strength to push into your hand using that opposing force. And eventually your body will start to tip forward. You want to make sure that you're only tipping forward once you can't tip forward any longer. And I was telling Leanna in the beginning of class that I have a teacher that tells me, try to fall when you're doing dancer position. So I want you guys to really kick to your most extreme limit without hurting yourselves and fall, because that means you're trying, like I just did. And then coming back up, keep your leg lifted. Take your right foot, now cross it over your left knee and bend into a figure four, sinking your hips back, maintaining a long spine. Breathing deeply. Pull your hips a little to the left. They might be kind of rocking to the right a little. And with a deep breath out, sink a little bit deeper. Feeling your right glute muscle just kind of relax and release. Breathing in, lower the leg, arms up and overhead. Lower the left arm, keeping the right arm extended up. Lift your left knee, your left leg, grabbing your ankle behind you, finding squareness in the hips. Begin to kick. Kick your left leg back, making sure the knee is staying in. Everything is parallel, running on 2 tracks, basically. And continue to kick until your torso starts to tip forward. If you fall, that's okay. Don't forget to breathe. Breathing in, coming back up, cross the left foot over the right knee, sinking back into figure 4. Making sure the hips are square. If it feels good, you can take your hands down in front of you, getting a little bit deeper stretch. Breathing in, lift up, breathing out, release down. Arms up and overhead, once more breathing in. Light back bend, pushing the hips forward, lifting the heart up. Circling the arms around, bringing them to prayer position. Take a deep breath in and breathing out, lower with a flat back, all the way forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, press to plank. Lower all the way to the floor, and this time, stay there. And take a moment, arms back behind you, and just continue to relax. Turn your head to whatever side feels most comfortable. And start to take some deep cleansing breaths here. Reconnecting to the earth. Regrounding yourself after you've really opened yourself up. If your head is to one side, go ahead and switch it to the other. Feeling your heartbeat slow with each deep breath in and out. Now, breathing in, bring your head just face down. Arms are still extended behind you. And like we did in the beginning of class, we'll come into a locust, but this time we're going to lift our arms and our legs at the same time, like someone's pulling them back behind us. Breathing in, standing into locust. If it's uncomfortable on your hips at all, you can try and lift your legs a little higher and rock forward. Sometimes you have to find the position that works for you. Breathing out, lower down. Once more, breathing in, pulling everything back, internally rotating the thighs, making sure that your legs are straight back, not splayed open, making sure your neck's not craning. Using your core and your back to lift, using your hamstrings to lift your legs. And release. Hands under the shoulders, press up into cobra, using your abdominal muscles. And breathing out, lower back down. One more cobra, your fullest expression. And breathing in deeply. And breathing out, lower down, push up through tabletop and into child's pose. Feeling a nice stretch in your lower back. Breathing in deeply, breathing out, melting a little deeper. Lift your torso up, sitting back on your feet. And slowly lift your butt off your feet so that you're fully raised onto your knees. Taking the hands like we did in the other back bends, like you're giving a high five. Place them in this orientation in the part of your back that meets your pelvis. This is camel. We've been prepping for this all class. Take a deep breath in and press your hips forward, melting your heart skyward. Breathing in, elongating the spine, and breathing out, sinking a little deeper, really finding support in your lower back from your hands, and releasing the neck all the way if that feels comfortable. Slowly start to very carefully push yourself back up, really pressing into your back. And bring your arms up and overhead, looking down towards your belly button, really stretching out the muscles in the back of your spine, clasping your hands together, just pulling like someone's pulling you to the ceiling, feeling a nice stretch in your spine and your neck. And we'll come once more into camel or Strasana. Take your hands in the same position. You can either do the same thing, sink back. You can also take your hands to your heels, if that's within range. I like to tap my toes under my feet to give myself a little more space. And if you're feeling very open, you can even take one arm, reach all the way to the side, open back up, place that arm on your other foot, just kind of going side to side in camel, really opening your chest. If this doesn't feel good, just stand within your range. We're all doing the same thing here. We're opening our hearts to the world, even to ourselves, and it doesn't matter what it looks like at all. Next breath in, come up all the way once more. Lower the hips back onto your feet and circle around into a seated position. If it feels good, you can sit on a blanket. If you have a spine that kind of curves like this, it'll help you get a little straighter. Whatever feels good. We're going to take our left shin. Ideally, it's going to be parallel in front of us. And take our right foot, cross it over the left into a double pigeon. So ideally, you want your ankle to be crossed over your knee, but our bodies are all different. So for me, all I can feel is my bony little ankle digging into my thigh. You really just want to make sure that your ankle is not going like this. You want it to be strong and supported. So if you keep your foot flexed, just make sure you're not hurting anything. You also might not have flushness between your top thigh and your bottom foot. And if you like, you can always put a blanket in between that space so that you can really focus on relaxing into this position. Hands either to your sides or in front of you. Take a deep breath in, expanding the heart open. And breathing out. Start to walk the hands forward, keeping a long spine. Feeling a deep stretch in your outer hips, your right outer hip. With each breath in, expanding the heart forward. And with the breath out, melting forward until you are in your fullest expression of the posture, as relaxed as possible. Just remember that if your muscles feel very tense, to send your breath to that place in your body and remind it to release. I'm going to leave you here for another minute or so. So just breathe and enjoy. Start to return to your breath if you lost it. Maybe extend your hands long once more, getting a final pull. And start to gently press yourself back up. Switching the positioning of your legs. Left foot, right foot underneath, left foot crosses over. You'll probably feel completely different on one side than the other, which would make sense because our bodies are not perfect. They're not equal, which could be a metaphor for life, I guess. Everyone's unique, down to your femurs. Breathe in pressing the heart up and forward, and breathing out, melt forward. Finding your breath when you start to feel uncomfortable or start to wonder when it'll be over. Remembering that you can do that at any time in life too. Find your breath. Stretch your arms out a little bit further. Seeing if you can come a little deeper into the stretch. And then gently press yourself back up. Bending your legs out on either side. Do a wide leg straddle. Rocking back and forth on your hips until you feel square. Sometimes I like to actually shift my hips back a little. Lifting the spine straight and long, and starting to walk the hands forward, feeling a nice deep stretch in your inner thighs. I kid you not, I laugh every time I'm in this position because to most people I seem really flexible, but I used to be a dancer and any of my dance friends would to this day laugh at how inflexible I am, but it doesn't matter. That's why I love yoga, because it's completely about releasing parts of your body, connecting your breath with movement, just opening yourself up to something new. It's not about the posture. Breathing in, pressing back up. Take your right arm down in front of your leg if you can, or just grabbing your right leg and bend to the right, stretching your left arm up and overhead, doing a nice deep stretch in your left side. Elbows relaxed. You can bring your forearm to the ground. Opening your chest as much as possible, feeling like your heart is lifting up towards the ceiling. And on the next breath in, lift up and overhead. And then same on the left, just really getting a nice stretch to the right side. Relaxing the shoulder down. One more deep breath in and out. And on the next breath in, lifting up, wiggling the legs together, shaking them if that feels good. And slowly lowering onto your back. Bring your legs up and overhead. You can either stay here, this is legs against the wall, freestanding, or if it's in your practice and you feel comfortable, you can come into a shoulder stand. If you haven't done that before and you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and watch. I like to just use my palms of the hands against the floor, really press my booty up, and then I take my hands underneath and walk them up my back to create a little support. And the goal is to really lift your hips and your toes toward the ceiling so that you're in one line. This is not something you want to do if you're on your moon cycle. You want the fresh blood to be going out of your body. But otherwise, this is a really amazing way to let the blood come to your heart from your feet. Slows everything down a little. It's very centering. Couple more deep breaths. If you like, you can slowly start to extend the legs back, bringing the arms down on the ground for resistance and support. Lowering the feet all the way behind you so they touch the ground. And you're in a plow position. And this might not be within range. So again, if you're just doing legs up the wall, you're getting the same benefit. Slowly lower the hips all the way to the ground. Keeping the legs raised, cross the right leg over the left. This is cow face position. Basically like you're sitting at a bar. You're a lady sitting at a bar. Arms out on either side of you, hips slightly to the right, twist to the left, look to the right. Breathe in and breathe out, fully relaxing into the twist, trying to keep your right shoulder down on the floor. And breathing in, legs back up, cross the legs, shift the hips to the left, twist to the right. Take another deep breath here. And when you're ready, slowly bring the legs back up and release into Shavasana. In your Shavasana, fully relax every part of your body. Take up whatever space you need. If you need to put a blanket under the knees, whatever you need to feel comfortable. One deep breath in and a big breath out. And enjoy a few minutes soaking in the benefits of your practice. Feeling the love emanating from your heart, your whole body, into the world. Slowly begin to come into your surroundings, becoming aware of what the air on your face feels like, feeling your fingers and toes starting to move a bit. Take a deep breath in, eyes still closed, waking your body up with your breath. Slowly start to roll to your right side. And take a few deep breaths in fetal position, finding the relaxing benefits of the breath coming in to your left nostril predominantly. A couple more deep breaths in and out. And on your next breath in, pressing up, eyes still closed, into a seated position, facing the front of the room / your screen. Eyes still closed, place your hands on your heart once more like we did in the beginning of class, and just take a moment to see how you're doing, checking in with yourself. I'm going to read these words to you that I read at the beginning of class one more time. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. Taking that with you for the rest of your week and maybe even year, the rest of your lifetime, just remember to come back to these feelings of self-love and self-adequacy, because you deserve it. Breathing in, hands to heart center. Flutter the eyes open. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.